Building work begins in earnest today on a big urban regeneration scheme that will transform a rundown mining site between Cambourne and Redruth. Eight hectares of industrial wasteland close to South Crofty tin mine form the setting for the Heartlands project. Money from the Big Lottery Fund is paying for the scheme that will include artists, studios, cafes, housing and a concert venue.
Scott Bingham reporting. A rundown mining site in Cornwall is set to be transformed with money from the Big Lottery Fund. Building work begins today on the major regeneration scheme near South Crofty. Well, Hamish Marshall is there for us this lunchtime. Hamish.
Yeah, Justin, you mentioned South Crofty. There it is over my shoulder. Iconic, of course. It was the last working tin mine in Cornwall, but of course it wasn't the only one. Well, just across the way here, this was actually the Robinson shaft. The man you can see here, I'll explain who he is at the moment because he's going to help transform this. As you can see, it's part of a derelict site. It's wasteland at the moment and it's going to be transformed. The plan is to turn it into somewhere where people can actually live, where you can learn. There's going to be a visitor site where people are going to learn about the past in Cornwall. There's going to be areas where the community can hold events. There's also going to be open air performance area and gardens as well. So a massive project, £30 million it's costing. Scott James is the programme director here. Just how big a transformation is this going to be?
I think this is really going to change the future for Poole and for the wider area in Cornwall. We're going to spend £22 million, the Big Lottery's money, £30 million in total, on really transforming this landscape into somewhere special with the gardens and the museums that you've mentioned.
Are people going to benefit from it though?
I think they'll benefit day in, day out, whether it's people wanting to come up and enjoy the park, or if it's people opening up a new business, or if it's people coming here just to enjoy themselves. Absolutely they will.
And £30 million, where does that money come from in these straitened times?
It's come from the Big Lottery funds, Cornwall Council and the Homes and Communities Agency, so we're spending that money on really shaping the future of this area and making the best use of it.
Scott James, thank you very much. You can hear some music behind me. Well, that's people rehearsing because there's a big public performance here this evening when people have been invited here to mark what is the start of this big transformation.
Thank you, Hamish. The annual Port
Agency.
Work is beginning to transform the most derelict urban area in Cornwall. £30 million is being spent turning a rundown former mining site into a place where people can live, work and learn. Most of the funding is coming from the Big Lottery Fund, who were impressed at how much local people wanted to be part of the change. Well, Spotlight's Hamish Marshall is there now. I think we've got some problems. No, I think we can go to Hamish now. Hamish.
Yeah, hi Justin. Behind us you can see South Crofty, of course, the iconic view of the last working tin mine in Cornwall. There were others as well. We're just across the road from it. This was the Robinson mine shaft, which has also been disused for many years as well. But a lot of derelict land here. In fact, there's 9 acres of derelict land here. And the plan with this scheme is that it's going to really tidy that up. It's going to transform it into parkland gardens. There's also going to be a visitor and learning centre where people can actually see Cornwall's industrial past and its future. There'll be housing and there'll be workshops as well. And as you say, it's all been paid for, or a lot of it's been paid for, by the Big Lottery Fund trying to transform this area. Now, the man who's going to make this happen is actually Scott James. Scott James, how is this going to work? How big is it going to be for this area?
It's a massive area, not just financially, but in terms of what it's really going to do in transforming this derelict land and the derelict landmark you see behind us into something really special. Parks, gardens and museums.
And what's it going to mean for local people? Is it going to mean jobs, for example?
It's going to mean jobs. It's going to mean jobs both in the construction phase, but also in the end when it's open. It's going to mean further jobs on the back of this project and future developments, but it's also going to mean fun and having fun with their families and all generations coming here and enjoying it.
Scott, thank you very much for that. It is one of the biggest projects that the Big Lottery Fund has actually paid for, and one of the reasons they were so keen to put £22 million towards this was because of the commitment from local people. You can see many of them are here tonight. Councillor Malcolm Moyle from Carnbury Parish Council, just how keen are local people to see this working?
They've got a real passion for this. This has been a 15-year commitment by local people to make sure they have a real, proper, real community spirit. They got an area which they can work and play in, and this will be absolutely phenomenal for the local community.
And Caroline Rule from Cornwall County Council, just how important is this regeneration in the aspect of Cornwall?
It is. It's important to the whole of Cornwall, especially for this area, which has had difficulties because it is a deprived area. But this is amazing today. It's a real celebration, and it's a celebration of all the community working together. But yes, it's important to the whole of Cornwall. We're all going to enjoy coming here. It's a great day.
Well, we can see all the people are behind us. There's going to be this balloon launch now as the balloons go. Is everybody ready for the balloons to go? Work's about to get underway here and the balloons are about to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Very colourful.
Fantastic. And they're biodegradable, those balloons?
Glad to hear it.
Yes. You're watching Spotlight from the...
Building work started today on a big urban regeneration scheme that'll transform a rundown mining site between Cambourne and Redruth. 8 hectares of industrial wasteland near South Crofty Tid Mine form the setting for the Heartlands project. Money from the big lottery fund is paying for the scheme that'll include artist studios, cafes, housing and a concert venue.
The thing that's important about the Heartlands project is that it's community-led. There's lots of aspects to the project. There's the cultural aspects, there's the World Heritage Site, there's the play park, there's all of those things, but all of those things are led by and driven by the community.
A company in Cornwall has